this one?
Root 3 over
2.
Alright, so root 3 over 2. Ordered pair is going to be the last one. That means the first values have to be what?
Plus or minus 2.
Plus or minus 1 over 2, which that's going to be an increment of 60 degrees, correct?
Yep.
So positive, that's pi over 6. This one over here, which is, that's pi over 3 actually. What am I doing?
I don't know.
Was that right? Pi over 6 right? Why not 3? Pi over 3, thank you.
And that one is 2 power.
2 pi over 3. Arcsine, so it's only going to be from here to here, which means pi over 3 is the only acceptable answer. Does that help? Okay. Just for kicks, everybody do this one.
Excuse me.
Arcsine. Find the value for these 2. Oh, y'all gonna do this at the same time? Wait a minute. Let Elizabeth discuss, and then you discuss. Okay?
All right. Well, if this is the sign, then the ordered pair is going to go like that. So the cosine has to be plus or minus 1 half.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be,
It's an increment of what?
oh yeah, that's right. It's 5 over 3.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, that's right.
Is it?
Mm,
It's negative root 3 over 2.
yeah.
So what should it be?
Oh,
What do you mean?
it should be flipped out.
It should be in the bottom 2 quadrants.
Oh, okay. Ignore that.
Are they positive angles? Atta girl.
Okay.
Negative.
So, our sign goes like that. So, that.
How many of you got negative pi over 3? Very good. All right. Shaniqua, let's go. Because it's a downward rotation. It has to be like this, Jaden. It can't be 5 pi over 3,
Right.
because that's out. It's got to go this way,
Right.
like that right there. Okay. Right? Go ahead. You're right.
All right. Yeah. Zero is right here. Yep. Right?
Yeah.
What are your shoes?
Right there.
Go ahead. Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
So, this arc come right here. But, as Miss Cherry says, I don't know.
I got it.
Okay. Tag team, go.
Sorry.
Tag him.
I got one.
You see, if 0 is the sign, then 1 has to be, or positive negative 1 has to be the cosine, and you can't be negative 1 because that's going to mean it's going to be on the other side, right?
That's exactly
And
right.
It has to be positive 1, 0 to be in the little area thing.
In ya. Has to be in ya little area. You're right.
So that's gonna make it 2 pi.
2 pi?
No, 0.
No.
Why can it not be 2 pi?
2 pi.
Because that's 360. Attaboy. There we go. So,
0 pi.
do I put 0 pi? No. Because 0 times anything is what number?
0.
0.
Donut Lena.
0 radians.
It's a donut.
I just put
It's
0
Donut
pi.
Lena. We keep saying.
0 radians. All right, so you know what you got to do about arcsine. So here's the
See,
thing.
can you read it?
We have to do the same thing about
Cosine.
arccosine and arctangent.
No.
We're doing both of them because,
Oh, it's easy, man.
okay,
Shut up, man.
Where'd you get that?
arccosine, K-yo-yo-yo-yo-yo, which is inverse cosine, and then arctangent. Seriously, just don't. Here we go. Don't forget that. Where is the area that we pay attention to for arccosine?
Isn't that?
That's your top. Closed circles on the ends or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Closed. So right there. That's the area, and it goes from what number to what number?
0 to 180.
0
180.
degrees to 180 degrees, or 0 radians to
The pi.
pi radians. For arctangent,
Same thing as arcsine, just open circles.
open circles, which means what?
It's an
Is that open or closed circles?
Closed. You get the first.
Only one that's not close.
The only one that's not closed is tangent. And this is going to run from negative 90 degrees or negative pi over 2 to positive 90 degrees or pi over 2. Right on?
Right.
Okay, just to refresh your memory. Now, here we go.
Oh,
I think what you're going to do is, we're going to do a few examples and then you're going to go right into your homework. Because you just have to do these problems over and over again. Let's say that I gave you arccosine of positive 1/2. So now what are we thinking? On arcsine, that value was the last one, right? This is the first one.
should be
So that means your second piece of the ordered pair has to be
positive and negative. Root 3 over 2.
plus or minus root 3 over 2. That's an increment of what?
One pi over 3.
Pi over 4.
Pi, yeah, no.
This one is pi over 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's 3, 2, 1.
It's going to be positive, 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 negative. Pi over 3. And then this could be, it could be 5 pi over 3 or negative pi over 3, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Where is the area for arccosine that we are concerned about?
0 to 180.
The top, just this.
So it'd be
So
pi over
can we
3.
take either one of these?
No,
No.
put the 5 or 3.
Our answer is pi over 3.
Wait a minute.
Okay?
Have to say.
Okay. All right, James, talk to us.
No.
He's being sarcastic.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
Turn around, listen.
You got this, James.
Well, it's always going to be cosine, which makes this one positive and negative. Root 2 over 2. Don't get in here. So this is the cost 1/2, which is.
If you heard the conversation from earlier, James and I were having, he said, will it ever be in the third quadrant? No. Because any of our arc sine, arc cosine, arc tangent is never going to fall in third quadrant, ever. So he said, I ain't even writing the angle measure down, which is fine. But later on, you need to know that that could have been a possibility if things were different, okay? How many of you have 3 carbon 4? Hands up.
Did it backwards.
Is that because the negatives cancel out because of like the y over the x? like the cosine of the sine? Or no, sine over cosine?
or tangent?
Yeah. Is that, like, does that have anything to do with it? With not being in the, because I mean, it would be positive.
I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I don't think.
So why isn't that in the first?
You mean because of our constraints that are put on the range of each of the inverse tree functions? It either has to be, if it's arcsine, we can only look at positive 90 degrees to negative 90 degrees. All right, that does not include anything on the left side of the graph, right? If it's arccosine, then it can only be in the first and second quadrant. Those are the constraints given to us when you are talking about the range of that function. It has to do with the inverse. Remember, how do you find the inverse of a function, folks? What do you have to do? You flip the x and the y, and remember, if we graph the arcsine, the inverse of the sine function, if we switch the x's and y's, then we really got to pay attention to the range. Okay, that's why we're just confined. It's just boundaries we have to follow. Okay, and then for tangent, same reason. It has to do with it being the inverse. We flip the x and y values. So I can only look at positive 90 to negative 90, not including those two values. Okay, so arctangent's a little bit different. Because unless you have that right there, you got to do a little bit of extra work. Unless you memorized your tangent values for the 30-degree increments and 60-degree increments, and I don't. No, you can't just use that sheet. But if you did, that's where we have to do a little bit of work. How do we find the tangent of anything? Sine divided by cosine. That's right. I said it right, didn't I?
Yes.
Tangent is sine of an angle divided by cosine of an angle, right? So I have to think, of course my mind thinks old school, doesn't it? There's only one ordered pair that when I divide something, the second piece of the ordered pair, by the first piece of the ordered pair, which gives you 1. Root 2 over 2. It has to be every single time. It's the only one that I know. The other two, I have to figure it out. But it has to be root 2 over 2 divided by root 2 over 2. Why? Because it gives you 1. Something divided by itself is 1, right? So is it just the positive value and the positive value? Because up here, is it the...
It has to be, but well,
It'd be negative.
if it's one, if it's negative
Two
one.
negatives can be one.
Two negatives can be, all right, so now here's the difference in arctangent. Put stars by this. The difference in arctangent is, in order to get a positive value, I can have positive root 2 over 2, positive root 2 over 2, or negative, right?
You have stuff in first and or the third quadrant.
But I have to stop in these.
Oh.
So which one do I
Positive.
automatically eliminate?
Negative.
I have to eliminate the negative because that's in Q3, right? So what is the angle for that ordered pair?
45.
Pi over 4. Does it fall within my boundary here?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. So that's my answer. That's the easiest one to find. Now what's going to happen, because see, you don't have that sheet. What's going to happen? No, well, I'm not memorizing. Crap. I'm just recorded that. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
So,
3 over 2 of 1/2, baby.
What?
can it fit here?
It might can.
We don't have it.
It might can. You need paper? I got paper over here.
Do I have paper? It's just.
Okay. All right, so
Hold up.
this is either going to be, right? I don't know what to do. All right, so it's plain old root 3. It's either going to be an increment of 60 degrees or an increment of 30 degrees, which is 1/2 root 3 over 2, right? Y'all with me on that?
Yeah.
If it's got a root 3 in it, it's got to be out of one of those two angles. But I've got to figure out which one. That means the tangent value is root 3. How in the world am I going to figure out which one it is?
Divide cosine,
No.
or sine by
Sine,
cosine.
cosine.
Sine divided by cosine. All right, so sine for this one
1/2.
is 1/2 divided by root 3 over 2. And what do we do?
Skip, flip, multiply.
Skip, flip, multiply, because this is old school. And then look what happens. My 2's cancel, and I get 1 over root 3. Well, that clearly does not look like root 3, does it?
No.
But, can you rationalize that? Do you guys- Do what?
It's the reciprocal of the
Oh, smarty McFarty. It's the reciprocal of the other one? Is that what you're saying over here?
Well, I mean, 1 over radical 3 is. I mean, it is
I get what
common
you're
sense, when
saying.
you know it's that.
Yeah.
How?
Well, we put that, but
What if you don't have common sense and you don't know?
it's
Well,
the
then-
opposite of that.
You know that the ordered pair is reciprocal as it is. So
Right.
you know the end result will also be the reciprocal.
But are you going to know that if you get root 3 over 3 as your arctangent value, would you know that it came from this one? If you had that right there looking at you? If you had this as your answer, but I had root 3 over 3 here, up here at the top, would you know where this came from? Ah, you got to know how to rationalize. Whether you realize it's a reciprocal or not, you have to be able to rationalize this to get root 3 over 3. Now, no, this is not the answer. This is not the answer. Okay? Well, hold on. I agree with you, but sometimes your brain,
The limits.
you're into the process, right? So still within the process, what's sine divided by cosine over here for the increment of 30?
3 over 2 divided by 1/2.
Root 3 over 2 divided by 1/2, which is actually root 3 over 2 times 2 over 1, which is root 3 over 1, yes. So what angle is it? Because arctangent is from here to here, so which one is it?
30.
It's got to be the 30-degree angle, which is pi over 6, right? Never thought about that one.
What was it?
Never. I've never thought about that one. Them being reciprocals of each other. Still, it's something that I have to remember. I have to think about. I just so did the math. So I don't have to think about the math. I don't want to flutter.
The little graph.
Pardon me?
What's the answer?
The answer's up here. Pi over 6.
Oh, so it was root 3 over 1.
Root 3 over 1 is root 3,
Brain hurts.
right? You're just tired of hearing it now, so stop. See, a parent just did it. Didn't a parent just do that? You're just tired, stop.
There we
You need a
go.
nap, no. A parent, you just witnessed a parent live doing that.
It may be like a scientific fact for babies and infants, but I mean,
It might
A
be.
16-year-old kid, that's not.
It could be.
I ain't tired. I had my coffee this morning.
Blaze off.
Well, I had my water for
Blaze
lunch.
off. Arctangent of. I'm not doing another one.
One over root 3.
Yes.
I'm not doing another one because you know what it's gonna be. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at page 288.
Dang, I do it.
Dude, I did not know that.
Page 288, I want you to do 6 through 14.
Do what? That's Mr. Cheesecake over here in his mouth.
6 through 14. Guess what that's gonna be, guys?
Homework.
Arccosine, arctangent, okay? Now, be careful with number 12 and number 13. Ooh, and don't forget about 14.
Wait a minute, that's the one that we just showed a while ago.
I showed number 11.
The 13.
Oh,
Like the thing you just showed a while ago.
nuh-uh.
Yeah, it is.
The root 3.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's exactly.
But you're not gonna know it if you don't know how to write
No, it's
one.
not